We are not in Virginia anymore, so it's been a long 2 days, and we're gonna go over exactly how I got where I am right now. But we are in Florida. I'm super stoked. I'm gonna be here for a few weeks chasing the biggest fish of my life, hopefully, doing a lot of camping and trying a couple different things. We have a couple goals set for ourselves, but before we get into all that good stuff, I want to let you guys know that this video and many of these videos in this series are going to be brought to you by Top Fishing Deals. Top Fishing Deals is an awesome website which is about to launch on February 3rd. It's actually my buddy Jesse Kirk who started this, and the way that I look at it, if you guys have ever heard of Slick Deals, it's going to be like a Slick Deals for fishing. So you can find all of the best priced rods, reels, spinnerbaits, chatterbaits, everything online, and it's all going to be condensed into one place over at Top Fishing Deals. So make sure you click that link down in the description below. Check out topfishingdeals.com. Huge thanks to them for sponsoring this video. And now let's throw it back a little bit, and we're going to show you guys how I ended up here. Well, as you guys can tell, I've made it down to Florida. It took me a ridiculous amount of time, and in this video I'm going to explain why. It's usually like a 13-hour drive to Central Florida, but it took me a little longer. I got caught up. It's a long story. I also had to wait for a package, a very, very important package, before I could leave yesterday, or 2 days ago, and I'll share that with you guys in just a bit. But I want to go over some of my goals for this trip, some of the things I want to do, some of the places I want to fish, and the plans, and I say plans very loosely, that I have so far for this trip. But I'm super stoked to be here. I'm actually at Rodman Reservoir right now at their campground, which is really nice. Like, it's a really sweet little campground. And I decided, instead of staying at Walmart parking lots, just to have that peace of mind for a couple days here and there, like driving straight down and then having a place to come back to will be nice for the first couple days. But I've been running around Florida for the last 2 days, and that's what we're going to talk about in this video, besides the plans and then that package that I had to wait for, I had to share with you guys. But I'm so excited for this trip. It's a little chilly out here, but it's still, like, I'm not even going to have to wear bibs today, and then it's obviously going to warm up. I think yesterday was like 78 degrees or something. It's beautiful. So you guys can tell I have a lot of cleaning up to do around here, so I'm going to get that stuff together, and then I'm going to go try to launch this boat. So I left Virginia 2 days ago, and like I was saying, I was waiting on a package. So I got everything ready early. I was ready to leave by like 10, and I was really hoping that FedEx would show up by like 11. They didn't show up till 4:30.
Let me get out of this. No.
What's wrong?
My foot's asleep.
Oh, I have been waiting for this package all day. So I had an option there. I could have either waited a couple hours or a few hours until rush hour was done, but I was so excited to get on the road that I left right at 4:30 and sat in about 2 hours of traffic. Because, I mean, when you think about it, when you got a 13 or 14-hour drive, what's another couple hours, right? And I drove through the night, and I made it to Jacksonville, Florida. I stayed there at a rest stop for like 3 or 4 hours, and then when I woke up the next day, I was looking at how far the closest Bass Pro Shops was, because I wanted to get a battery box for the battery in the back of the boat and a couple other small things there, and I plugged that in, and then I plugged in another lake to see how far they were. But I was supposed to be coming here to Rodman. Somehow I got turned around and left the Bass Pro Shops pin in, and I just kept driving down 95 like an idiot and missed the exit to come here, and I was like an hour past that. So I figured, whatever, let's just go down to Orlando. I'll go to Bass Pro and get the small things that I need there. I'll go to Publix and get everything that I need, and then I'll come back up here. Basically threw me like 6 hours off, because first of all, Orlando just has terrible traffic, and everything I had to do there took a lot more time than I thought it would. But it was cool. I met a bunch of people down there, actually. One gentleman I met at a stoplight, actually, his name was Fabian Ramirez, and he was a homicide detective. He gave me one of these coins, which was pretty cool. He like hopped out and was like, "Hey man, I'm a subscriber, I want to give you this." Super nice, so thank you, Fabian. When I went to Publix to get a bunch of food, I met these 3 kids. I came out and they were waiting by the van, and I could kind of see them when I was walking out, and I was like, I wonder if they're subscribers. And came up, took a bunch of pictures with them. They were super nice. They said they were catching like a ton of 8s and 9s in the ponds around that area, and I really thought about staying and fishing them for a little bit, but I had to get up here to Rodman. So the reason that I'm so pressed on fishing Rodman right now, is because every 3 to 4 years, the lake has a drawdown. And they do that to get rid of some of the invasive weeds, and it just conserves the lake. And this just so happens to be one of those years. So they say they catch some of their biggest fish during that drawdown, which makes sense because if you have a 13,000 acre body of water and they draw 9 feet out of it and it goes down to 4,300 acres, they're all just gonna be condensed in these certain areas. So obviously it's gonna be really hard to find them, but I'm not too worried about it. I think we'll be able to find some fish, and just the exploration of it is cool to me. I mean, this is such a beautiful area. Central Florida is so freaking cool. It's somewhere I haven't spent really any time and really no time fishing. So every time I come down, normally it's to visit Lawson, and we're doing saltwater stuff, which I love. I'm definitely gonna do some saltwater fishing while I'm down here. I have about 3 weeks of fishing, and I'm gonna fish every single day, hopefully. Today and yesterday were kind of my like prep days, getting everything ready, trying to get into the flow of all of this. And like, we're starting late. It's 8:30 right now. I woke up at 6:30, and I was just still getting everything together, and things still aren't together, but that's fine with me. So I'll be staying here at Rodman for one more night. So when I come back off the water tonight, I'll stay here, and then I'll probably fish Rodman tomorrow. And I haven't decided if I'm going to stay up here another day or not yet. And that's kind of the whole basis of this trip. Unlike the 50 state tour, which was pretty planned out, you know, I have to be here on this date, here on this date. I really wanted this trip specifically to be a go with the flow. If you're liking a lake a lot, stay there. You know, if I'm catching fish, I'm going to stay there. And I will be fishing multiple lakes, but again, like, I just don't want to feel any pressure of having to be in any one place at any given time. And that's just kind of how I am in general. So hopefully it works out, and hopefully we can catch a giant fish on this trip. That's the main goal for this whole entire trip, is for me to catch a 10-pounder, a double digit. That's the basis of this. Come to Florida and try to fish 20 days and catch a giant.
In 1 mile.
Well, here's something kind of interesting. I read online that this was one of their temporary boat ramps for when the drawdown happens. I don't know if I can make it through that. Alright, I guess this is... Well, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have to figure something out. There we go. Alright, well, crisis averted. I was worried that I ended up at the wrong boat ramp, or I read some wrong information, but I just had to come way down this dirt road. I'm taking way too long to get everything ready, but I figured I'd sit down for a second and talk to you guys a little bit about what my goals are for this trip, what I want to accomplish, and what I'm doing down here. So I wanted to come down for like 2 or 3 weeks and try to catch a 10-pounder. That is kind of the whole goal for this trip. And also just to explore new bodies of water. I want to jump around and check new places out, and hopefully, 1, not become gator bait, and 2, run into Florida man. I'm also going to try something which, unlike the 50 state tour, you know, we were eating out like the whole time, and this is just a personal thing. I went to the grocery store yesterday and I got like $100 worth of food. I'm going to see how long I can last on that, and the only thing I'm going to spend money on the next few weeks will be gas. That's the goal. Like, don't spend any money on food. Don't go to the gas station every day and get a bunch of drinks and stuff like that. I'm just going to drink a lot of water. I got a few Gatorades, and I got some sandwich meat for lunch. I'm going to try to cook dinner every night, kind of campfire style. We'll see how it goes. Check this out. I just forgot to mention. I know you didn't get a good look, but that's Kyle Welter. If you guys don't know who Kyle Welter is, I'm going to leave a link for his YouTube channel down in the description below. So I reached out to him a couple weeks ago, and he said he was going to be in Florida. He's actually fishing the Elite Series this year, and I think that is super cool. Also a poker player. So he's a full-time poker player. Now he's a professional bass fisherman. Kind of living the dream. And he's a YouTuber. So you guys please go check him out. He's a super nice guy, and this is his first year on the Elite Series, so go support him. He's going to be doing a bunch of his Elite Series tournaments on YouTube, and he just took off. I'm going to meet up with him later. I think we might do some fishing later this week too, so hopefully you guys are looking forward to that. Finally got everything ready to go. I'm about to drop the boat in the water. You guys are going to see all the fishing in tomorrow's video, but I'll see you guys when I get back to the ramp, and then we can go do some camping and make some dinner and talk a little bit more about this Florida adventure, but I'll see you when I get back off the water. Whew. awesome day. Lots of fun. Not making any dinner tonight. You'll see why in the next video. But before we go anywhere else, I'm going to show you this package that I had to wait for before I could leave. Oh god, not my fridge. Not a ton of space in here. It's enough for me, but boy. It's my fridge slash seat. Alright, here we go. It's actually 2 packages now. Ta-da! I had to get a giant package of Guggen baits. I got Kraken crawls. I got bandito bugs. I got some saucy swimmers. And I also got some lunker logs. I'm not going to open the other package because I think you guys get the idea. But huge thanks to Guggen Baits for hooking me up with all of these baits. And if you guys use my code SBFishing over on the Guggen Baits website, you're going to get 15% off of the entire order. So again, huge thanks to you guys. I'm hoping to literally go through all of these baits in the next 20 days. So I got a variety of different colors. For the crawls and bandito bugs, I got some white because I'm figuring I might be doing some bed fishing while I'm down here, and white is the way to go for bed fishing. I got Okeechobee craw and black and blue, that's the creature baits. I got a watermelon red flake for the lunker logs, a baby bass, and June bug. And then for the saucy swimmers, I got the white saucy swimmer, I got a sexy shad saucy swimmer, and the pumpkin, like a bluegill looking thing. But I'm very excited about all those. Very, very excited. And I might have caught a couple fish on some bandito bugs today, but you guys are going to have to wait for that one. Oh, something else I forgot to mention about this trip. Oh, I'm going to have to clear it so you can't see how many fish I caught today, if I caught any. I got a fish clicker. We're going to keep account of every single fish that I catch this trip, no matter if it's a bluegill or a bass or a mudfish or a catfish. It doesn't matter what it is. It's going on the clicker. So that should be fun. I want to catch 150 fish. That's the goal. 150 plus 10 pounder plus, that's good enough. 150 and a 10 pounder. I'm exhausted. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you're looking forward to all the Florida fishing I'm about to get myself into, and some of the camping and other good stuff. But thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for me, and make sure you hit that like button as well. Thanks again, guys. I'll see you on the next one.